Hello everyone, I'm Amberly Yumo from Class H from 2021 and I'm a grade 11 student. And I have a great passion towards environmental conservation and I'm currently studying environmental sciences and studies. I'm working so that in the future I hope to be living in a green and different world right now. So, I mean the future is supposed to be different, it's meant to be different, and I don't need to be elaborating on that. Because we go by day and night and things change, right? The society develops, individuals change, and that's the rule since the birth of the universe. And tomorrow more people will be born, new inventions will pop up, and the humanity will be marching one step closer to the betterment of mankind. Great, but not so much in this case, because this time we're kind of setting ourselves back. Like some other times in history, the march towards future isn't always smooth. Our urban development is irreversibly harming and costing the environment. And of this, my future seems gray. And that's me when I was younger. I grew up in Zhuhai, it's a coastal city, and I literally spent every single day standing on the beach and staring at the billowing waves. But I'm also worrying. Why? Because I'm worrying about whether the flooding, the harsher typhoons in the future and the rising sea level will one day flood my home and blow my house down potentially. And I wish to examine those powerful natural forces that are causing my fear and perhaps in the future find a way to live harmoniously with them and cope with their consequences. And that's why I began studying environmental sciences. So starting from scratch, I've now taken a full course on environmental sciences and I've created this innovation to resolve water quality issues. So this is actually a portable water bottle that combines features of water quality detection and filtration in one. So I'm aiming to use this to make clean water a lifestyle for all and make clean water accessible to anywhere, anytime. So this innovation just won the China Championships in the Conrad Challenge that just went by. And also I have written this paper on how ecotourism can be potentially a successful approach to sustainable development. And I'm specifically here, I'm looking at the case of Costa Rica. And I'm wishing to contribute to the world by creating green solutions. But the more I know and the more I learn, the clearer it is to me that theories and learning alone couldn't change the planet's future. I need to get more people involved and actually transform their lifestyles into more sustainable ones. So for this, I've started my environmental club and at school, like here, and I've conducted fundraisers and also quiz nights and also a lot of speech events to get as many people involved in this topic as possible. But again, the more I try to teach them green ways of living and transform their lifestyles to sustainable ones, the more I realize that environmental protection is also just far from solely leading low-carbon lifestyles. It's not enough. Because the effects of climate change, although it's global, it's not uniformly distributed across the globe. Some regions, they have naturally warmer climates, and they rely more heavily on those climate-sensitive sectors, such as forestry, tourism, and also agriculture. And this uncovers an inequality that I cannot solve, including, for example, the unequal exposure to climate hazards, the differences in susceptibility of these regions to climate damages, and also the various ability for people to cope and recover from those harms. And the result is that when some regions are quickly marching forward towards the future and developing, those other regions are suffering even from harsher consequences. And where do their futures lie? So with the valuable opportunity, I spoke up about this inequality at the United Nations Climate Conference COP27 last year in Egypt, and I received a lot of approval and support from the audiences. And that's made me gain confidence about our future once again, because this time, this conference has made me see some unity in mankind. And no matter what, the development shouldn't stop, and our march towards the future should never stop, despite our fears and worries. And I wish to keep studying environmental sciences and push things forward. So environmental protection should never just stop at blaming those emitters of, for example, pollution, but also finding ways for them to transform into sustainable industries and to actually implement our alternatives to high carbon lifestyles, and also to implement the solutions to people that are suffering already from the climate's harms. And if we sit back and let time take us on, Humanity may even go backwards in the development timeline, where it is not us that takes the development forward, but the future, but nature forces that forces us to stop and perhaps go back. I wish my efforts in the future allow me and my descendants to live in a happy, warless, and green world, and march towards the future with only no worries and only hope and happiness. And that is my goal to future. Thank you.